one of the biggest things.
That was affecting the
That
coastline.
was affecting
Yeah.
Ventura
Yeah.
especially, because they rebuilt the marina.
Right.
And people were still really nervous about investing in anything around the
Yeah,
marina.
yeah,
Because
and the tertiary plant over there, yep.
Mary, how would you say that the 1969 Santa Barbara oil spill affected the remainder of your life?
It was a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call, to not sit back and be so complacent anymore as far as just watching things go by, things being built out here, and just ignoring it. You know, everything has a consequence downstream. Everything has a consequence. Everything you do has something that happens later on. If you're not going to take care of what you're doing, if you're not going to build it correctly, don't build it at all, because it's going to affect everything around you, human beings as well as animals, as well as the ocean, as well as the air we breathe. Everything has a consequence.
In your opinion, what is the single most ominous threat to the California coastline today?
What I am seeing that really gets me lately is people are trying to take some of the most beautiful parts of our coastline that we have, you know, like Hearst Castle and Monterey and Morro Bay and some of these places, and just make another Southern California out of them. They're just trying to build and build and build. And, you know, it's not just enough to keep the oceans clean and to work on that, but we need to keep our shore. That's what makes California beautiful, is the surroundings, the ocean, the trees, the beaches, the landscaping. And we don't need to be building golf courses and condominiums in those areas. And that worries me, because that was something that Schwarzenegger wanted to do a lot of, and was trying to sell a lot of those properties. I understand the state needs money, but I think there's other ways of doing it besides destroying the beauty that we have out here.
I want you to imagine you're standing in front of a gymnasium full of high school seniors, the majority of whom are headed off to college and then to the rest of their lives. And you get the opportunity to tell them one really big, important thing that they can do to help protect the California coastline. What would you tell them?
I tell them to be gentle with the earth. I mean, I know it's an old cliche from the 60s, but it's very truthful. It still has a lot of meaning to it. To be clean, to take care of the things around you, to take care of the land around you, the water around you, the air around you. Those will all have a big impact on what happens to you down the line.
Let's say you were sitting at home and the telephone rang, and it was one of President Obama's associates, and he said, the president wants to talk to you. And the president got on the phone and he said, Mary, I'm going to grant you one favor in regards to the protection of the California coastline. And whatever you asked him, he was going to take care of. What would you ask him to do to protect the California coastline?
Just one.
Just one. The most important.
Well, I'd have to say I am strongly against offshore oil drilling. I think that probably has one of the worst detriments as far as the water and the soil goes and the animals go. That's number one. Unless there comes a day that someone can prove to me and show or challenge the oil companies that they can build something and build it well and build it safe, but will cost them an awfully lot of money with a lower profit margin, they don't need to be doing that. The oil that we have out here on the Channel Islands isn't that good of oil anyways. It's basically a worthless garbage oil. It's really not worth drilling it. So I would say, number one, stop the drilling.
Okay. Any other questions?
It's great.
Mary, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We appreciate your time.
Okay.
And it's really wonderful to meet you.
Oh, finally, I know, after all these months of texting each other, huh?
Uh-huh.
I see.
That was very nicely done.
Oh, thank you.
And if you ever come to Albuquerque to see Steve,
I will. I'll come by and say, hey.
yeah, we'll go out and drink margaritas.
Okay.
Well, I'm closer.
I know, you're closer. We'll come by and see you.
Thank you,
You're a
Mary.
sweetheart.
Oh, thank you so much for coming.
She is. She,
Did she get the teeth? Did she get the teeth to shirt?
Sure, sure.
I gotta put Emerald's shirt back on.
Actually, it's funny that you're talking about the eyes because I'm